Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, join in. So as you guys can tell from the title, I have a pretty interesting story to tell you about the time that Nakumatt basically accused me for shoplifting. It doesn't sound like it was a big deal, but literally there was mugshots, there was so many people involved in the whole ordeal. So this was around July of last year, I think. Of course, my mom was like, hey, you know, let's just go to the mall and try and buy a bunch of stuff for the house so that we can blah blah blah. So of course I'm down. My mom has this huge list, just unnecessary things she was trying to buy. You know those shopping sprees that you just do for like once a year. So it gets to the point where we're about to check out. We pass through the steak section and this is where all the makeup is. And my mom was like, hey, I think I really need like some new makeup. Could you go there and buy me some? So I was like, okay, cool. So of course I walk up to the makeup section and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get mom some new makeup. I went to the makeup section and this lady looked at me. She gave me a double take and like just ignored me, whatever. So I go up to her and I'm like, hi, excuse me, like, which mascara would you recommend if you like want to like, I think I said fluff up, whatever. And like she didn't even look at me. She like grabbed the mascara and like shoved it over here. So I was like, okay, like I don't know what your problem is. So I finally meet my mom. She's already talking to like one of her old friends. And then all of a sudden, one of my friends starts heading towards me. So, and then on top of that, my phone started ringing. So my mom is trying to talk to me and she's like, hey, come say hi to this. So it was all just so like, it was just so much going on. So we need to just, you know, pay because we've taken a long time. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that we tried to ask the lady whether I can pay for the makeup at the cashier, but she was like, it's like, no, you can't. She was snapping at me like for no reason. So then all this craziness is happening and of course now we decide to go pay because we couldn't pay for everything at once. It was a good day. Like I saw people that I met, like we got some makeup. The only thing that we needed to do was just leave. So we're leaving and then the detector starts beeping. So of course I'm like, huh? Like I start thinking, I'm like, why is it beeping? You know, they're checking the bags, they can't find anything. So I just put my bag now, like through the scanner. Like I'm like, oh shoot, it's probably the makeup. So I immediately grab it out and I'm like, mommy, I completely forgot to pay for this. Like that's my bad. Like let me go back and like pay. This guy, he's like, oh madam, no. You can't go anywhere. We have to call security or the head of security. So I'm looking at my mom. I'm like, mom, what the heck is going on? Like I guess security was already called and let me tell you guys, there was about 2 people talking to me. All of a sudden it became like 5 people. So I'm like, who? Okay, like, so they started asking us for our receipts. Mind you, we bought so much stuff. So it was a long receipt. So now they're like, this is, you know how Kenyans are. This is a situation, this is a problem. I'm like, why is it a problem when I mean, I forgot. Oops, I slipped it in my bag, but like, I'm sorry, I'm going to pay for it. So they're like, no, it doesn't work like that at all. We really just need to discuss this at the back. So of course, I'm like, I can feel the vibes, like they're not, it wasn't good energy at all. And I'm telling my mom, I'm like, this is not a good idea. I don't think we should go to the back. But my mom, bless her heart, man, she's like, no, like, let's just go talk to the manager and like just tell them the situation and then we can go. So we go to the back. Oh my god, you guys. So you guys know the part where it says like employees only or something. It's like, it's in Junction and it's near the vegetable section. So they take us in there. It was really cold. I guess it was kind of like a freezer type thing. So I mean, we started walking and it's pretty big. All I remember was like there's this huge like bench-like table and the smell. I don't know what those guys do to their employees, but the smell was so bad. It's like literally people were like peeing on the floor. So my mom has no chill. So my mom is there like covering her mouth. She's like, and like guys, it's a long table full of like probably 50 to 60 people on their lunch break or whatever. So it smells bad. Like these guys are obviously like snickering, like they're laughing at us. Someone said something in Kikuyu, but my mom snapped. She's like, I know exactly what you said. Don't think They were basically just like laughing at us and being like, wow, look at these guys. Like just because they look a certain way doesn't mean they don't steal. Everyone's happy. Like, I've never seen a happier bunch of people, and it was really sad. So now they get the head of security to come. So I have the makeup products, and I'm like, okay, like, these are the products that weren't paid for. So she like pats me up and down, and it was so ruthless. Like, she was like checking, and she's checking in front of all these people. So my mom is like, yo, at least if you're doing this, can you give us like an office or something so that you can like check in private? So of course I'm getting worked up, like, but I'm like, let me just do what they say, because that way I can leave this place and like dip. So she gets my bag and she literally grabs everything and starts like putting everything out. So of course I had like a pouch that had a few lipsticks. So she looks at it, inspects it, opens it, like checks to see whether it's used, whatever. Clearly this is used, right? And she says, I think I found another product. I'm like, what's happening? You can't even find that in the Nairobi store, because I definitely bought this in the States. So she's like, no, this is definitely like, this looks similar to the product that you had. We need to call the makeup lady. Back to that lady who already felt some sort of way about me. So they call her up, they tell her come down to whatever. So she comes down and she, you know that smile? That smile of, oh, what's wrong? So they're like, do you remember seeing this lady at the makeup counter? She's like, yeah. Did she want to purchase these items? Mind you, I asked her, hey, can I pay for like all this makeup at the counter? I asked her. She's like, don't remember. My mom is in total disbelief. Wow. She's like, yeah, no, I don't remember at all. I don't remember her asking if she wanted to pay. So they're like, see, like there's a problem, like she doesn't even remember you saying you could pay, like what's all the evidence that shows that you were going to pay? And I'm like, look, we have this receipt, yeah, like that shows that we're trying to buy all the stuff. Why would we not add 2 items? Like, it would not make a difference to the bill at all. I don't know what those guys were thinking. I don't know what was going on in their heads. So now this guy prints this form, and he's like, okay, so now, because this is a very big issue, very big issue, you have to sign this document, and then we just have to take a quick picture, then you can just go. So it's like a quick picture of the product. He's like, no, a quick picture of you. So I'm like, I'm not trying to get my picture taken, homie. Like, what? No. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, when me and my mom were walking past those 50 people, they started taking pictures of us. That was probably like one of the scariest things ever, because they were laughing and taking pictures. Like, it was such a bad situation. Anyway, moving forward. Like, no, let me see the document, because like these guys are clearly like, they're not telling us what we're supposed to sign. So it said, I sign my name here, declare that I shoplifted at this Nakumatt and then like junction on this date, just a bunch of things. Then it said, I allow my picture to be displayed on all Nakumats so that What? Like, what the heck? These guys are trying to make me say that I'm shoplifting and I'm not allowed inside like any Nakumatt store ever. My mom was like, no, we need to see your manager. Like, there's no way we're signing something like that. For my picture to be displayed, and then what, you know? Now we go to the manager's office. And he was just filing his like documents. He looks at us and then he starts chuckling. So he looks at us and he's like, so, I hear you tried to steal. At that point, I'm so angry and I'm so frustrated that like everyone that we've met has no sense of reasoning. This guy calls me Toto. No, Toto, you didn't want to ask mommy to buy for you nicely? You know, I looked at him and I was this close to jumping on the desk. So I'm so angry, I can't, like, everything else now has been blank. Okay, so they're like, we need her to write a composition saying what happened, whatever. Like, this guy wanted me to write a composition. I mean, I'm looking at my mom, she doesn't even know what to do. She's just like, I mean, honestly, let's just do this and just get out of here. Like, at least they're not gonna get your picture. I was like, cool. So, of course, I'm like writing this thing. I can't even believe I was pushed enough to actually do this. I know some of you are like, what were you thinking? Like, how? I don't know how I got this far, because usually I'm a bit like, I don't know. It was too overwhelming. So I only made about 4 sentences, and he's like, he needs more. So now I'm just like, this is just pushing it. I just dropped the pen, and I'm like, now I don't know what you guys want me to do. So now another guy comes in, and they're like, okay, now we have to take your picture. I'm about to fight someone about this picture. I'm like, I'm not about to have my picture taken. These guys were already snapping pictures on the low, so like they already got their damn picture, but like for me to stand there and actually act like I've committed a crime was just, I was not about to. You know, now my mom is getting to a point where she's getting really angry, and she's like, you know, at this point, call the cops. Call the cops. Like, there's nothing else you can do. Like, you guys are just, it was such a bad situation. Anyway, long story short, at the end of the day, they just told us, okay, now you can just pay for it and then go. These guys decided to just, you know, exercise their power, decided to make us go through freaking hell for 2 hours, just, you know, just for fun. So these items cost 1,200, and we paid for it. I mean, clearly they saw that me and my mom both had the money to pay for it. So yeah, that is the story of how I was accused as a shoplifter. I mean, I don't know if I told that story well, but we did try to talk to like management, like the head management, but they didn't take this issue seriously. So I mean, I don't shop in Nakumatt. I try to avoid Nakumatt as much as I can, and I hope you guys have subscribed to this channel. If you haven't, please do so. Maybe I'll do more story time if I have any interesting stories I can tell. But anyway, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!